Hello, and thanks for tuning in. With the Brexit date coming ever nearer, I thought it would be useful to take a look at the state of play in the European beef market, what's happened in 2018 and what may develop going forward. Beef production within the EU has been increasing for a number of years and continued to do so in 2018. The situation in the UK has been replicated Europe-wide, with a rise in beef production being fueled by an increase in heifer and cow slaughterings. European data can take a while to be published due to various member states submitting data at different times. So we currently only have data up to October 2018, which shows that beef production across the bloc totaled 6.6 million tonnes. This is the highest figure in the last decade and around 2% higher than in 2017. Despite this increase in production, non-EU exports are currently down year on year for data up to October. Export declines have curbed a little by significant increase in exports to Turkey, which has been trying to control inflation in the country. Recently, inflation rates have subsided a little, and so Turkish demand could cool off a little in 2019 if this trend continues. Meanwhile, non-EU imports are currently up, with increased amount of South American beef coming into the EU marketplace. This has resulted in supplies available for consumption, which is a rough indicator for beef demand and has been growing since 2013, increased again in 2018 after a slight decline the year before. This could partially be a build-up of stocks in cold stores, especially in Northern Europe, in preparation for Brexit. However, it is likely some of it is a genuine increase in demand considering the long-term trend. Looking forward to the year ahead, the European Commission have forecast beef production to remain at a similar level to 2018. Exports are expected to remain under pressure as countries like the US, Australia, New Zealand and Brazil target more traditional EU export markets and therefore increasing competition. This, however, may be offset slightly as exports to smaller markets continue to grow. Meanwhile, beef imports are set to soften slightly in 2019. Prices in the EU are expected to remain under pressure, at least for the first half of 2019, due to ample domestic and world supply of beef, along with higher EU imports. Finally, the European breeding herd is expected to decline in 2019 after significant herd liquidation in a number of countries as a result of the drought. This is likely to have a longer-term impact on beef production going forward. Beef processing around Europe is heavily interlinked, and so developments on the European market can have a direct effect on domestic demand here in the UK, especially within the manufacturing beef sector. It is something we will be keeping a close eye on, and how any developments in Brexit negotiations may implicate this supply chain. If you've managed to stick around this far, that's it for this month's video, and thanks for watching. Every week we publish Cattle and Sheep Weekly with various articles relating to developments in the beef and lamb industry. If you would like to receive the weekly newsletter, please email the team on the address below.